हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम एक मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक पे बात करने जा रहे हैं। और ये मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है? क्योंकि ये प्री और मेंस एग्जाम में इस पे क्वेश्चंस बनेंगे। दोनों में पूछे जाने की पूरी पॉसिबिलिटी। जैसे अमेंडिंग प्रोसीजर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। अमेंडिंग प्रोसीजर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या है, इस पर हम बात कर लेते हैं थोड़ा। ठीक है, अमेंडिंग प्रोसीजर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से कि एन amendment of constitution can be initiated only the introduction of bill or purpose in either house of parliament and not in the state legislature. दूसरा होगा the bill can be introduced either by minister or by private member, does not require priority to permissions of the president. Third, the bill must be passed in each house by special majority, that is majority of the total membership of the house and a majority of two-thirds of membership of the house present and voting. Next, each house must pass the bill separately in case of disagreement between the two houses. There is no provision for holding a joint sitting of two houses for the purpose of deliberation and passage of bill. Next, if the bill seeks to amend the federal provision of constitution, it must also be ratified by the legislature of half of the state by a simple majority, that is majority of members of the House of Representatives voting. Next, after duty passed by both the House of Parliament and ratified by state legislature, where necessary, the bill is present to the President for assent. The President must give his assent to the bill. He can neither withhold his assent to the bill nor return the bill for reconsideration of the Parliament. तो ये भी हम देखते हैं हाउ टू अमेंड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। इसमें तीन तरीके का है। एक होता है सिमिलर टू ऑर्डिनरी सिंपल मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पार्लियामेंट एज ए मेंशन इन द सम आर्टिकल्स। दूसरा होता है स्पेशल मेजॉरिटी इन पार्लियामेंट इन बोथ हाउसेस सेपरेटली एज आर्टिकल 368। स्पेशल मेजॉरिटी ऑफ लेजिस्लेचर ऑफ हाफ द स्टेटस, ये भी आर्टिकल 368 होगा। तो अमेंडमेंट बाय सिंपल मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट फर्स्ट। दूसरा अमेंडमेंट बाय स्पेशल मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट। तीसरा होगा amendment by special majority of the parliament and the ratification of the state legislature. By simple majority the member of each house is voting similar to ordinary legislative. It outside the scope of Article 368. First, these provisions include admission of establishment of new state, दूसरा formation of new state and alternation of area, boundaries or name of existing or state. Next, abolition of creation legislature council in state, Article 169. Next, second schedule, emoluments of allowances, privileges, so on the president, the governor, the speaker of judges. Next, quorum in the parliament, salary and allowances of member of parliament, rule of procedure in parliament, privileges of the parliament, its member and committee, use of English language in parliament, number of pursued judgment in Supreme Court, conference of jurisdiction of Supreme Court, Article 12, use of official language, citizen acquisition and terminations, election to parliament and state legislature, eliminations of constituent union territories, fifth schedule administration of scheduled area and scheduled tribes, sixth schedule admissions of tribal area and schedule by special majority of parliament, majority of total member of each house, majority of two-third member of each house, present of voting. Next क्या होगा? The expressions of total of membership existing house, irrespective of fact, with the vacancy of absence. Next, fundamental rights, directive principle of state policy. All other provision is not covered by first, third, and category. Next, by special majority of parliament and consent of states, those provisions which are related to federal structure can be amended by. Next, a special majority of parliament and also by simple majority consent of the state legislature. There is no time limit within the state would give their consent to the reach, election of president and its manner, extent of executive power, the union and state, Supreme Court and High Court, distribution of legislative power between the union and state, goods and service tax, goods and service tax, goods and service tax. हेलो कोई फोन बंद करो ना. Goods and service tax. Any list to the seventh schedule. Any list to the seventh schedule. Representation of state and parliament. Power of parliament to amend constitution procedure 368. तो ये हमारे constitution से related हो गए. Up to principle of dominate the various procedures of amending the constitution in most modern constitution. इस पर करेंगे बात. One is the special majority. For instance, the constitution US, South Africa, Russia have implied this principle. In the case of constitutions, or US is 2/3 majority, while the South Africa and Russia for some amendment 3/4 majority is the required. Next, the other principle that popular amend many modern constitution is that of people participation in the process of amending the constitution. In Switzerland, people can be initiative and amendment. Other example of countries where people initiate or improve amendment to the constitution, the Russia and Italy, among the other. Amending the constitution. The constitution of country is fundamental law of land. It is based on documents that all other law are made and enforced. Under some constitutions, certain part of them from the amendment are given a special status compared to the other provisions. Since the Indian Constitution was first adopted, debate has raised to the extent of power. The Parliament should have to amend by key provisions. तो earlier of absolute power हो जाएगा. इसमें क्या होगा? Supreme Court concede absolute power of Parliament amending. There was the verdict of Sankari Prasad and Sajjan Singh 1965. Second, the reason of belief in initial year effects of court respond with the wisdom and then political leadership when reading freedom fighting when surviving the parliament. Next, in the subsequent year and constitution kept being amendment and will suit the interest of ruling dispensation. Supreme Court Golaknath 1967 held the parliament amending power could be touch fundamental rights and power could be only the constitute assembly. ये हो गया. नेक्स्ट, तो ये हमारे पार्लियामेंट्स और उसके प्रोसीजर्स चेंज करने के सारे प्रोसेस पे हमने चर्चा की. अब नेक्स्ट क्लास से हम इस पर और आगे बात करेंगे. दिस क्लास इज एंड. ठीक है, अगली क्लास में इसके आगे और भी हम कोई वीडियो बनाते हैं.